Six Flags Great America is our home park, and it also is home to many great roller coasters. So today, each of us are going to be ranking our top 5 roller coasters at this awesome park.
Six Flags Great America is home to many great attractions. Some of the top attractions are the roller coasters Raging Bull, X-Flight, and Goliath.
So crew, us enthusiasts have been to this park so many times, countless, and it's going to be so hard to rank them because every single ride here is so good. So let's just get into this video now. Yeehaw! Coming in at number 5 is Superman Ultimate Flight. When you first get strapped in, you'll feel a little weird, but as the ride progresses, it feels like you're flying through the air. The pretzel loop is so intense, you have to let out a little scream. Now here's a little tip. Push back on your seat during the pretzel loop so that it isn't that intense. And that is Superman Ultimate Flight for you. Make sure to check it out at Six Flags Great America. And coming in at number 4 is Viper. This ride is wooden and an airtime machine. Sometimes I even stand up on this ride. And I don't even try to stand up. It just forces me to. And this ride is so fun, so make sure to check this ride out if you're going there. Coming in at number 3 is Goliath. This ride is a really steep drop and every element is perfect. On that stall, you get so much hang time and you feel like you're just gonna fall out of your seat, but then you aren't because of the safety restraints. Coming in at number 2 is Max Force. It has the fastest launch in North America, and you feel like you're teleporting there to up here. But although it is like 30 seconds long, it only feels like 10 seconds because of how fast you're going. And on this Heartline roll right here, it feels so fun, especially with your hands up. And finally, my favorite ride here, Little Dipper. Just kidding. It's Raging Bull. This B&M Hypercoaster has a drop, and it's so fun, but at the bottom, it gets really intense. And then after a little element, there's an airtime hill where in the back seat, you get so much airtime that it feels like you're gonna fall out of your seat. The whole ride, it's just speed and hills and airtime, and it's just so fun, the combination. B&M really cooked.
Coming at my number 5 is the Flash Vertical Velocity. On the Flash Vertical Velocity, you go up. I like the coaster because of the speed of the launch. Even though it's intense, it doesn't feel that intense because of how fun the coaster is. My number 4 coaster is the Joker. The Joker is a SNS 4D coaster. You get thrown back and forth, and the reason why it is so fun is just because of the way you feel as you go up that chain lift. As you get to the top, you don't expect it, and you get thrown back and forth. You can never expect what direction you'll get thrown in. My number 3 coaster is Max Force. Even though the first 30 seconds on Max Force are terrifying, as you just sit in the station. As you get launched, it feels like your face is getting ripped away. And even though the coaster is short, you get so much on it that it's so exciting. I love this coaster because of the way it mixes the elements together perfectly. Coming at my number 2 spot is Goliath. RMC, its manufacturer, is known for making great coasters, and Goliath is an amazing example of this. As you get to the top of the chain lift, you never expect when you go down that 85-degree drop. The 85-degree drop gives you everything, and the rest of the ride goes by in a flash. Despite that, the coaster is so exciting, and you almost feel like falling out of your seat during the hang time on the stall. Coming in at my number 1 spot is also Raging Bull. On Raging Bull, you get so much on that drop. And in the front seat, you feel the wind getting left in your face. In the back seat, you get pulled down that drop at amazing speed. The airtime makes you almost stand up out of your seat. And that's what makes it an amazing coaster.
X-Flight is my number 5 coaster. Viper is also a really great contender, but I think the theming, the pacing, and the intensity of X-Flight also is just such a great ride. It's super smooth, and it has an insane near miss near the end of the ride. Also, that helix is really intense, and it has overall great pacing. Max Force is my number 4 coaster. The launch feels like you're teleporting across that track, and everything after it has a smooth mix of every element. It's so awesome, and I just think that this is just a flat out good ride. And also, it really scares me on that launch just because of how intense that is. Batman is my number 3 coaster. It's super whippy and intense, just like any other great B&M invert. It's super fun with all those laterals and positives, and I think it just makes out for a really good experience. That first loop, you're getting whipped into your seat, and every other 0G roll, corkscrew, or even other loops are just so fun and intense. This is a must ride if you go to Six Flags Great America. Goliath is my number 2 roller coaster at Six Flags Great America. That stall is so impressive and leaves with insane hang time. And those whippy transitions from both the stall and that dive loop is just insane. And this drop right here is just leaving you just jaw drop for the entire rest of the ride. And that turnaround, you get surprising ejector airtime, and along with that massive camelback right after that turnaround, right here, it's insane. Raging Bull is my number 1 roller coaster. This is completing the trilogy of our number 1 roller coasters. This is such a great ride overall. The speed, the airtime, and everything that this ride offers is just such a great experience. Even those restraints are just super comfortable. And on front row, you get that wind in your face, and in the back row, you get pulled down the drop and you get surprisingly good airtime.